Hi friends, this is just a quick little video about a dupe that I found. So I have this tiny little sample of Mugler Aura that the lovely Claire Smith sent to me when we did a bit of a perfume exchange. So this is a perfume that's kind of famous, as with a lot of Mugler perfumes, for being quite unusual. And I was kind of surprised by how much I liked this one because generally speaking I'm not a fan of Mugler perfumes. Well, that sounds a bit wrong. It's not that I'm not a fan of the perfumes. I have a huge respect for the Mugler perfumes. They're just not things that I can generally wear. I don't like patchouli, so the Angel range tends to be out. And I also really don't like jasmine, so so obviously that knocks out the Alien range too, and obviously those are his most famous perfumes. There are a few other ones, but the one that I was always kind of interested in was this because I thought the notes looked quite nice. I also think the bottle is amazing. I love Mugler bottles, they're just so fabulous. So anyway, I've given this one a full wear test. I did talk about this in my unusual vanillas, but the thing with Aura for me is I just find it quite hard to wear. There's something about it that I find a little bit cloying and a little bit difficult. I'm not really, it's quite hard to explain what it is because I do really like the smell of it. And I love how much pear I get in it. I love the fruitiness. It has a lovely dry down. But I wonder if with this one, it's purely because, even from this tiny sample, it is so strong. So this is the EDP. I've never smelt the EDT or the Sensual version. This is just the regular Mugler EDP. And like, there's a part of me that really wants this just because I love the bottle, but it is honestly, I just found it so overwhelming just with a few sprays. So I was like, okay, I there's something I really like about this, but I don't need a bottle. It's not one that I'm going to actually be able to comfortably wear. But then I was just having a look around and I came across this weird little guy. So this is a perfume called Alba Lady from a company called Chatler. I've never heard of Chatler before. It says it's vegan, so that's obviously good. There's a lot of dupe houses from Poland. I have a feeling that Le Rive might be Polish as well. But anyway, so Alba Lady, you can actually get a big round green bottle of this, but they're about £15 for 100ml. And this one, I think, was maybe about £4 for... And this is actually a 30ml. So although it's like a pen spray style, it's massive. It's basically a full-size bottle of perfume. So this one is supposed to be a dupe for Aura. So it comes in a plastic thing to protect it. You just push it out with this little hole. So it's a big bottle, this. I don't know. I guess I wasn't even paying attention when I bought it. I was expecting it to be a 10ml, but it's actually a 30ml. So Alba Lady, this is an eau de parfum. So this is definitely and noticeably a dupe of Aura. I can't get any actual notes for this one, but I'll just read you what the notes are in Aura. So Aura has top notes of rhubarb leaf and bergamot, middle notes of green notes, orange blossom, ylang ylang and pear, base notes of bourbon, vanilla, woodsy notes, amberwood, sandalwood and coumarin. So in the original Aura, I definitely get a bit of rhubarb. I definitely get greenness, but it's never sharp. It's never like overwhelmingly kind of fruity. I just get a huge amount of pear in it. That's the thing that really stuck out for me with this. And then Aura, when it dries down, has a vanilla, like quite a noticeable, quite strong and sweet vanilla. So it's kind of unusual because it has kind of elements of a freshie, but then it's got this slightly creamy bourbon vanilla in the base. So it's quite a weird one. But this... So straight up, I'm going to say there is a plastic smell in this, but it's not one that I find offensive. It's much more noticeable to me when I was wearing Aura on one arm and Alba Lady on the other. Then you could really smell that there was a kind of plasticky tone in Alba that you don't get in Aura. So Alba Lady smells like the general profile of Aura, plus a plastic doll head smell, minus a fair bit of vanilla. This one definitely doesn't have the same vanillic dry down as Aura. So in a way it's also not as strong. So in a way it's kind of easier to deal with. But it does have that rhubarb, the green notes, the ylang, the pear, the wood. It's got all the other notes really are sitting there. You can get a sense for them. But it's just not got as much vanilla. So it almost smells as if you've taken the vanilla out of Aura and then you sprayed it onto a baby doll. Like, that's kind of what this smells like to me. And I do think it's pretty wearable. In fact, if anything, I think it's probably a bit more wearable, unless you have a problem with perfumes that have that kind of doll smell. Personally, I quite like a doll head smell in a perfume. I don't object. If it smells like plastic in that kind of plasticky way, like a baby doll smell, then I don't mind it at all. But if what you like about Mugler is the vanilla, then this is not going to satisfy you. If what you like about it is the unusual, humid, kind of almost jungly smell, like fruity, humid jungle smell that you get from Aura, if that's the bit that you like and you don't mind a plastic doll smell, then this is going to like suit you down to the ground. It's definitely not strong. It doesn't last as long, but from my point of view, that's probably quite good because I think Aura can be quite cloying, a bit sickly. I don't think it's an easy wear. I think it can be quite overwhelming. I found it overwhelming, which even now I'm smelling this one because it reminds me of Aura. It's a bit like, oof, I don't know if this is something I could actually wear. But I don't think it's a bad dupe. It's not even, I would say it smells more like it's inspired by. It doesn't really smell like an entire dupe because it is missing so much of that vanilla. And it does have that kind of plasticky smell, but at the same time, it's kind of a cool perfume. And for like, I think it was less than a £5. It's pretty bargainous for 30ml. So yeah, that was an interesting one. I do think it's sort of close enough to satisfy in many ways, but it's not like a perfect dupe. You might be able to get one of the more independent little dupe houses might have a better version, because it's not the easiest thing to find for like a decent price. So yeah, this is not too bad. It's not perfect, but it's not bad. Yeah, it's definitely got the pear, the rhubarb and the green notes and those kind of orange blossom ylang in the background. So yeah, I mean it's decent. It's pretty good. First time I've ever tried this brand, but I wouldn't object to trying them again if I can work out what the perfumes are actually dupes of. So yeah, that's an interesting one. So that is Alba Lady by Chatler. There you go.